Hello and good evening, Cinema Satsang viewers. How are you doing? Today, I'm very excited to have Charudutt Acharya with us, the writer of Aranyak. Yes, the web series which is trending on Netflix. Yes, and the audience is fed the same thing so that so they can't grow really. But this is not the normal. I didn't mean that it is for normal family. A typical. It is really very well written, and the characters are not black and white. They are very
Sure.
gray, and
Yeah.
that is why it's above average. It's quite above average is not the right word, but it is
Yeah. Yeah.
excellent. Like it's because of the nuances of writing and the
Yeah.
characters में जो आपने जो शेड्स डाले हैं, हर एक
Yeah.
कैरेक्टर एक ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट नहीं है, ग्रेज है। प्लस इन
Yeah.
रवीना रवीना जी का जो हस्बैंड का कैरेक्टर है, मतलब वो भी
Ah.
एंड में व्हेन ही शेयर्स हिज एंग्स्ट कि उसकी क्या एंग्स्ट है,
Right.
he also becomes very endearing in the end. So
Yeah.
all the characters you have written very well. राइटिंग
देखिए,
प्रोसेस, ये सब जेनेसिस, ये आइडिया, ये नर तेंदुआ, ये सब इसका
हाँ,
जो प्रोसेस है
मतलब
कहाँ से
हाँ,
आया और
प्रोसेस देखिए, प्रोसेस इज मतलब देखिए, मैं प्राइमरीली क्राइम पेट्रोल इज माय आई एम नोन टू बी co-writer of crime patrol for 10 8 10 9 10 years. I've written crime patrol, I've written movies, I've directed a movie a couple of years back, but my primary work is known more in the crime thriller genre. I've done other stuff also, but primarily एक लग जाता है, खप्पा लग जाता है, या also I gravitated more towards that kind of stuff. But when this series is a little different for me because it didn't start with a crime. The idea didn't come to me with a crime, but it came with a cop. So a couple of years back, maybe more than that, I was on a family holiday in Himachal Pradesh. Okay, I was with my wife and two small kids. The kids were small then, and that time we had gone to some place near Shimla, and we had to go to some pass, and we had hired. We went there in a tourist vehicle, and we got onto these horses, वो घोड़े वाले होते हैं. And one of the ghodas on which my wife was sitting, the saddle just came off and she fell down, and she got hurt, and it was all slushed down and all. And I and the kids were like really scared and what happened, and she was in pain. So I told this ghoda wala, you guys are crazy, how can the saddle come off? And they also started getting aggressive. नहीं नहीं उन्होंने कुछ किया होगा. I said अरे ऐसे कोई कैसे हो सकता है? And then we got into an argument. I said I don't want to continue this trip, and my wife also said we don't want to continue, we want to go back. And they said no, you have to pay all the money. We have hired our horses, you have to pay. I said how can? So they took the money from us, and they were like behaving a little dadagiri chal rahi thi. But I felt, yeah, this is injustice. This is not right. So we came down from that that tourist spot, and we went to this police station to make a complaint. Now this is really quaint, sun-kissed police station at around 10 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful Himachal, the 10 o'clock light, angan mein patterns and flowers, and I mean it was really a romantic police station. So we went inside. हम गए अंदर. Nobody is there. So I go inside and I see my wife. She sat down. My kids, they were also there. And so we see this girl, 12, 13 year old की बच्ची है. वो बैठ के होमवर्क कर रही है पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर इन द पैसेज. और उसके बगल में एक लेडी चौकट लगा मतलब चौकी लगा के बैठी हुई है और मटर छिल रही है. बड़ा सा एक उसने ओवरकोट पहना हुआ था. तो मैंने कहा मैम देखिए ये हमको इंस्पेक्टर से मिलना है, बात करना है, ये हुआ है. ओह क्या हुआ क्या हुआ क्या हुआ? तो बोला, तो उसने वो लड़की को बोला तो अच्छा तू कर. वो उसका लेसन ले भी रही थी. शी वाज आल्सो टेकिंग अप हर क्लासेस. वो बैठा हो गया. उसके बाद उसने कहा कि क्या बात है ना, जिससे पहले पहले आप आइए मैडम, आप यहाँ पे आइए ना. एंड शी वेंट इनसाइड एंड गॉट आउट हर वन सेट ऑफ चूड़ीदार and soap and everything. And she told her to wash up. She made her wash the chudidar. There was one lady behind. She gave her the soiled clothes and told her इसको सुखा लो अच्छे से धो के. मतलब very domestic police station था ये. तो लाइक मैं बैठा हूँ, हम लोग कब आएगा पुलिस वाला, कब क्या कंप्लेंट लेंगे. तो वो सब हो गया. पर उस दौरान मेरी वाइफ ने उसने पकोड़े मंगाए हैं, चाय मंगाया है, बच्चों के लिए कुछ और खाना मंगाया है, और बातें चल रही है. शी आस्किंग माय वाइफ अच्छा दोनों बच्चों के बीच में एज गैप क्या है. अच्छा अच्छा, तो आप बॉम्बे में इन लॉज के साथ रहते हैं या इंडिपेंडेंट हाउस है? वही बेस्ट है इंडिपेंडेंट होना ना, मतलब पास पास रहो लेकिन दूर भी रहो. उसके सारे कंसर्न्स like two women are sharing, and I'm getting impatient. Like when is this cop going to come? When am I going to get to meet? And then she's asking about so many things. She said that like I also live close by, and I have a cow and I have this and that and this is my daughter, she's very bright in maths. वो सब चल रहा है. And then I said, ma'am, मतलब आपके जो भी इंचार्ज हैं, I thought she must be a constable, lady constable. थोड़ा सा अपना preconceived notion होता है. And she said, हाँ हाँ अच्छा ठीक है क्या बात करते हैं, आइए आइए अंदर आइए सब. And she went and sat in the SHO's chair. And she was the SHO. And she said, हाँ आप बताइए. Then I told her this happened. Then she called out, bell बजाया, हवलदार को बुलाया, 2 constables थे. उनसे आप उनको सारे जो मंडली, and she knew who they were by name, she knew. And she only asked me, उसमें एक ऐसा दाढ़ी वाला था, एक ये था, एक ऐसा था, वो एक था, ऐसा था, वही वही लोग थे. हाँ सारे वो पूरी मंडली को ले आइए, नीचे ले आइए. And then she told my wife and kids, आप लोग अंदर बैठिए, बाहर मत आइए. जो अंदर के एक रूम में बिठा दिया और टीवी ऑन करके दिया, बोला यहाँ पे सारे चैनल नहीं आते, कुछ कुछ आता है, आप बैठ के देख लीजिए. तो बाहर आई, तब she had taken off her coat, she was wearing the uniform underneath, she took a danda in her hand, and those guys had come down, and then a different character ensued. Swearing, beating the shit out of them, total political incorrectness, nothing. Like she's swearing and beating the shit out of them for some time. Then she made them return the money to me and told them that तुम लोग धब्बा हो हिमाचल प्रदेश पे, हमारे टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री पे धब्बा हो, तुम लोगों के कारण तुम लोग ने इनको सताया, ये वो. So I was like, what a character this is, yaar. And then she told me that don't worry, these people will not harm you. I'm going to send somebody as a CID, in civil clothes, तुम्हारे पीछे वो रहेगा. जब तक आप लोग शिमला में हो, आपका कोई बाल बाका नहीं कर सकता. बोला थैंक यू मैम. And then with the children and all, she went and जाने के पहले बहुत अच्छा फिर कभी आएंगे तो याद रखना दे. That night मैं घर गया, मतलब रूम पे आया, अपना ओल्ड बंक का क्वार्टर खोला और मैंने टाइपिंग करना शुरू कर दिया. Her name was Kasturi, by the way. Her name was Kasturi. And that character, I felt that this is the character. Low rung, she had told my wife also that she came up the hard way. She's from state police. She had got into sports quota, NCC Miti, never even been to Delhi. Very small exposure in life, her in-law issues, lots of stuff like that. So I thought, yeah, I want to tell a story about a protagonist with this kind of character. Then there was another case, the case of the story of Aranyak, the criminal case in it was actually a case which had happened in some other part of the country. It's a real life case in which there was a foreign tourist whose mother was supposedly a drug addict and who had been raped and killed, who had been killed by some powerful people's children or some accused whether. So all that case was always in my mind that I wanted to do a case where there is a crime that has happened where different people have been involved in different crimes with the same person and they don't know about each other. And in the end, everything gets clear. It was a pure criminal case. So I thought that what if that case happened in Himachal Pradesh where this woman was investigating it? Because this woman also has a daughter, and that there also there is another mother who has lost her daughter. So somewhere ये चीजें हमको attract करती हैं. There's a certain parallel you see, in that this is here is a working mother struggling to maintain her house and do stuff, and here is a mother who has the same age daughter who's got missing. तो अपने आप में वहाँ पे एक स्टोरी स्पार्क दिखता है हमको ना, एज राइटर्स एज स्टोरी टेलर्स हमको एक स्टोरी का एक स्पार्क दिखता है कैरेक्टर से और केसेस से. देन उसी ट्रिप के दौरान हम एक कहीं जा रहे थे तो एक हमारा टैक्सी ड्राइवर था यंग सा, वो मेरे बच्चों की खिंचाई कर रहा था. वो बड़े पोकर फेस और स्ट्रेट फेस से बता रहा था वो पहाड़ दिखता है आपको, वो एंटरटेन कर रहा था उन्हें. वो पहाड़ पे ना एक चीज रहती है वहां पे, वो ना आदमी है ना जानवर, वो वहां रहता है ताकि कोई वहां पे जाके पेड़ ना काटे, वहां पे जाके कोई चोरी चपाटी ना करे. वो किसी का कुछ बिगाड़ता नहीं है, लेकिन आप उसके एरिया में घुस जाओ ना फिर तो तुम्हारी खैर नहीं. तो वो बच्चे भी पूछ रहे थे आपने उसको देखा है क्या. हमने नहीं देखा लेकिन हमारे बाप दादाओं ने देखा है, वो बहुत होशियार आदमी है, रहता है अंदर रहता है. तो वो स्टोरी भी मेरे को मतलब एक लगा कि यार ये एक मिथ है यहाँ पे. एंड देन आई वाज लाइंग डाउन आउटसाइड एडिपा टेंपल स्टेयरिंग एट द स्काई. Then it just happened like an epiphany that I said, what if these three stories came together?
Wow.
What if? And that's actually when the germ of the story came in. That I thought that there should be, I'll create a town where this lady is the cop and this is the case and there is this myth of this नरतेंदुआ. वो नरतेंदुआ तो बाद में हमने बनाया, उसको नाम दिया, उसको कर दिया वो, क्योंकि वहां पे स्नो लेपर्ड होता है इन दैट पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री. तो ये सारी चीजें ऐसे एक एक करके मैं बनाते गया, लिखते गया, बड़ा मजा आ रहा था. Because it was not only a crime story, and I was very clear that I want to tell human relationship stories within this town. So if you notice in Aranyak, it is not just a criminal case and a thriller and A plus B and putting together. You are invested in the small concerns and issues, very domestic issues. Like if you sometimes take some scenes just from Aranyak, they will not seem like a scene from a thriller. If you take the
Absolutely.
husband-wife scene, the mother-daughter scene, or if you take Ram Charan and his son, or you take like Marut, I mean the inspector at home with his child. So I'm saying different people's relationship.
Yeah.
That also, yeah, I felt that
The
that is
Zakir Khan's daughter
daughter is,
story.
yeah, Manhas and his daughter's story and wanting to get her married off because she has some, anxiety issues. And so there are many sub layers. Or the shopkeeper whose wife suspects him of an affair.
Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, but how do we slowly start integrating them into this thriller format? And how to make them as suspects? And how are these all what we call as a subplots: A, B story, C story, D story? And in a web series format, there is this that you have the scope of developing these stories, and on a slow burn start now bringing them into each other.
Hmm.
So that's the tricky and the crafty part. That how do we, because if you just tell these stories as two standalone separate stories, then you're dividing the audience's core attention. And so how we started connecting these dots, how I started putting them, then slowly karte karte story bante gayi. And then screenplays, outlines, then screenplays. After I got out the pilot and got out basic outlines and all, then I also obviously Rohan, my friend and my producer, he was also very much interested when I pitched it to him. And then he also felt that there is some, what we say, the idea has legs. So we kept writing, and then we developed it to a particular point, and then we felt that okay, now it's time to take it out, and we started taking it out.
Hmm. Very,
So
very
mostly,
interesting.
yeah, mostly it
Uh,
came from these kind of personal experiences and fantasy and an experiment. That let's try to mix these genres. So there is an inherent risk, like sometimes somebody might say, अरे यार ये तो thriller है, इसमें ऐसा thriller के rules ये होते हैं, या family drama है, क्या thriller है, या इसमें extra paranormal कुछ है, क्या है ये सब. But the point is that, in my humble opinion, in having done this and it having worked, it has given me faith that you have to, however great a plot you may have. See, eventually there are like these many plots that are there in the world, but we can always create unique. We can explore unique character relationships that there are many which are unexplored. And if we give our smaller characters some dignity and some investment, some grayness, some ambition, inner worlds, desires, moral compasses, these matter in this kind of viewing. And if the audience hooks on to that, to those characters also, then फिर 100 खून माफ है आपको. लोग कैरेक्टर्स के लिए लौटते हैं. हमको लगता है कि आप और ऑफ कोर्स बिंज वॉचिंग में हम उसको थ्रिलर फॉर्मेट में भी आजकल रखते हैं ताकि एंडिंग हुक ही लगे कि यार ये हो क्या रहा है. बट एक्चुअली इट्स लाइक अ डिश. नो, यू फाइंड इट वेरी टेस्टी, बट you know, but only a chef will tell you that there are certain ingredients in it. Without that, it wouldn't taste. And those ingredients you have not even possibly heard of, or they may be very simple. An extra pyaj might screw up the dish. So that balance is something that is what we are trying to aim for. So that's
yes.
how it worked. And definitely the producer, the director, the DOP, the production designers, the background score, and mostly the actors. I think we really had good casting. Besides the main leads, who
I
were very
think
good.
I think Ravina Tandon was just fabulous. She
Yeah, she
nailed
did
it.
so well. She did so well. She worked so hard, and she's a very beautiful person. Okay, she's very camera on the camera. She's stunning, and she's known for her beauty. But here, the beauty came out in that, like she, okay, beauty hai, but she didn't make that her first port of
Strong.
call. She it went beyond her beauty. But she has done very well in some other films before also, but she was more known for her glamour. But now she really got into the skin of the character, and as a writer, no, it feels so fulfilling and satisfying when you see the director, the actor, and the cameraman all have synergized and they've got it right. What you were thinking while writing, if it comes so close to that, it's very satisfying. you know. And they really worked hard. The director Vinay Vaikul, he really worked hard. The DOP, he's done a very good job. And obviously, Ravina and Paramratha chemistry is something which so many women audiences, especially, the slow burn, it's not romantic. At the same time, it is not platonic either. So there is this friendship. There is this antagonism, and then there's a friendship. There's a certain healthy, but the tension. There's a certain chemistry that is there between them, which has been liked a lot. Now that is something which I'm very happy about, because we wanted it to work on that level also. So that has also been a good thing. And on the other casting, you see Govind ji, all the cops, the other junior cops, the bad guys, Chotu and Sundar and all these guys, they did so well. I'm very happy. I feel very happy when smaller parts are also cast well and performed well, because they make such a big difference to our storytelling.
Yes, yes,
So that
yes.
was good. That was really satisfying.
Yes, each and every character played their part well, and it's well written,
Yeah,
so it's easier
yeah,
for the actors as well. The dialogues are
yeah.
also very fantastic and karara.
Hi friends, this is Charudutt Acharya. I'm the writer of Aranyak. And if you like this talk we had, then you must please like, share, and subscribe to Cinema Satsang.